Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. Today's video is a very exciting video. We are doing a first impressions whoop, whoop, of Fantasy Cosmetica whoop, whoop, and it's the Sorcerer palette. Now I've had this a while, it's been out a long time. I don't do new releases unless I can get them as quick as them being new still, because everything moves very quickly in the beauty world. But this is my first time using this. I've been dying to use this because the Druid palette that I have from Fantasy Cosmetica is one of my favourite palettes in my whole collection. It's a real foresty, autumnal sort of one with the burgundies and the greens and everything in it. This one is like the complete opposite. This one is just, she's bright, she's in your face, she hits you in the face when you look at it. She's stunning, super, super bright, pops of colour, gorgeous shifty shades. Like, you just can't get enough of the shifty shades in these palettes. I created this look using it and I'm very happy, and you have to wait and see how I created it and what shades I used for. So I'm going to pop up some swatches as we are talking. This palette is beautiful. I love the pinks, I love the blues, I love the shifts, I love the fact there's a really deep purple, and the shade Chaos is what I have on me now, is like super, super dark but has this beautiful shifty base to it. It's so, so stunning. The formula is amazing. The mattes blend really well. The blue is a little bit more difficult to blend, but we got there in the end. But I can see where it can work. I just think I used the wrong brush originally, which you'll see in the video. But normally, beautiful to work with. The purple was gorgeous to work with. I'm very excited to get into those pink shades. The shades, which one is it? Illusion and Chaos are harder pressed, but it's really weird. They're really hard pressed and you think they're not going to work, but they do. I don't know how they did it, but they do. They work beautifully and they look beautiful and really strong and striking on the eye, because normally hard pressed shadows take a lot to get it to the point where they look decent. Not with these, not with these. And there was one of those in the Druid palette as well from Fantasy Cosmetica. So whatever they're doing with that formula is beautiful. The other shades are super soft. This one's more like a topper. This one is super, super soft and creamy. This one is super like sparkly and textured on the eye as well. Well, I haven't used it yet, but on the skin it's super sparkly and textured. And the fact that you don't necessarily need like a matte shade and a shimmer shade to match each like individual one. You can get really beautiful looks with the colours that are in it, but they all work really well together. That's one thing I'll say about Fantasy Cosmetica is the colour stories, they all work amazingly together. And then you can mix and match your palettes as well, which is really, really nice. So I'm so excited to get into the tutorial for this. I cannot wait for you guys to see it. Just before we get into the actual tutorial, my Instagram is linked down below, where I post all the up close eye pictures and full face pictures of all of my looks. And my TikTok is down there for a little bit of extra content if you want to go give both of those a follow. So that's all of me rambling on about the palette. Let's actually see the palette in action, shall we? Yes, we shall. So let's get into the tutorial. Okay, so let's get into our first time using the Sorcerer palette from Fantasy Cosmetica. I'm so excited to use this palette because the Druid palette was one of my favorite palettes I used last year, and this is just like your fairy dream. I know I say that about a lot of palettes, but like this literally is fairies, mermaids, everything like that. Even though it's a Sorcerer palette, I get it, but you know what I mean. So today we're actually going to go quite smoky with this. I want to use the blue up here, the purple to kind of deepen it up a little bit, and then I want to use this on the lid because it's just like really different and shifty, and the base color is quite purple and then it's got a blue sort of shift to it. It is kind of like, I can't remember the name on the Druid palette, but there's one shade in the Druid palette that's kind of more hard pressed. This one and this one are kind of the same, but they go on beautifully still. Even though they're harder pressed, it doesn't take a lot to get them to that impact. So I'm very excited to use that. I may use a little bit of this one here on my inner corner, and I might use this on my lower lash line because I do kind of want to use that and see what it's like. My skin is on, my brows are on, my eyeshadow primer is on, which will all be listed down below. If I look very pale, let me see if I can lower my lighting. The sun is coming through my curtains. Is that better? That might be a bit better. I don't want it to be too dark, but I'm just getting glaring light through my curtains, and they're not blackout curtains, which I should really have, but I don't. So hopefully I don't look too pale or now too dark. I'm not too sure. So I'll play with it as the sun moves around. So we're going to start with the blue. We're going to start with Wild Magic because this is so stunning and such a beautiful cobalt blue. And I'm taking this on a BB 203 brush, just a big giant fluffy brush. And we're going to start this on the outer corner, nice and slowly, and just build it up, pulling it through the crease. I'm just taking whatever's on my brush first and just get my shape going, and then I'll build as I need to. I'm only using a small bit at a time. I kind of want my edges to be done first, and then I'll build up the colour, because this sort of blue is very strong, especially on my pale skin. So I want to just make sure that I don't get out of control. And I'm just taking a little bit more, and we're just going to build, fluffing that through the crease. It takes a little bit just to blend that shade out, because there isn't a lighter shade and I'm very pale. So on my skin it takes a little bit more to work with to blend, but I think it's a gorgeous colour. It's very pretty. Okay, happy with how that's looking. What I actually done on this side was took a smaller blending brush, applied it, and then used that big fluffy brush to blend it out, and I think that works a bit better just because of how pigmented it is, just to get it packed on first and then blend out your edges. So now I'm going to take this is a MAC 512 SES, just like a fluffy flat brush, and we are going to run that same shade along my lower lash line just to get a nice smokiness under here. And I'm starting with the blue because I want this to be like the focus of the crease. I don't want it to be too purple because the purple's going to go on the lid as well. I want a nice little peekaboo of the blue around the edges. And when the purple is on, I'll probably go in and blend out edges again anyway. So I just want to get these colours in place and where I want them to be. And there's not too much kick up in these as well. They are harder pressed, even the mattes as well. So you won't get too much kick up or too much fallout from it. So now I'm going to take Empower, which is this beautiful dark plum. And I'm taking this on a Makeup Geek Defined crease brush, just a really small little blending brush. And this is going to go on the outer corner and through the crease, just into that blue. And you can see instantly it darkens it. Oh, that's so pretty. I'm going to go in with a little bit more blue just to soften in around where the purple starts to fade into the blue. But oh yeah, that's exactly what I wanted. So just with that big fluffy brush just over the edge of where the blue and the purple meet each other, you can just soften in around that. You can just go back and forward until you're happy with your blend. I'm very happy with how this is looking. I want this to be like a dark mermaid kind of look. I'm taking a Cash Beauty K10 brush, just a small little smudgy brush. And we're taking that same Empower shade and we're just going to run that right along the lower lash line. So just deepen up that lash line the same way we deepened up the crease, connecting on the outer corner as always. Oh no, I forgot to leave space for the kind of teal shade. Oh well, I'll use it in my Two Looks on palette. And then just going in with that MAC brush that I used earlier for the lower lash line, the blue. Just whatever's on it, and then just soften in between those two colours. Okay, now it's shimmer time, and I'm always so excited about Fantasy Cosmetic shimmers. They're so stunning. So I'm going to take my Glitter Insurance from Too Faced, and I'm taking this on a Beauty Bay Rose Gold number 7 brush, just a flat brush. You want, for this kind of shade, because it is harder press, you want a nice stiff flat brush, nothing too flimsy. And you definitely want a glitter primer as well, because you want all that beautiful shimmer to stick nicely. Okay, I'm gonna keep that same brush I just wiped off any excess glitter primer, but it's still a tiny bit tacky. We're gonna take the shade Chaos, which is this gorgeous deep smoky purple with a blue reflex to it. Oh, she's pretty. And we are just gonna press this all over the lid and have it start to kind of fade into that purple shade. That is stunning. So pretty, like such a weird texture. Like you would think it's not going to turn out that nice because it's a harder pressed texture, but it's actually really easy to work with. Okay, I'm just taking a little dab of Empower again, and I just want to go around the edges of this shimmer just to make sure that it fades nicely together. I don't mind the shimmer going up either because the base color of it is the same as that purple matte, and then the shift off it is the same as the blue. That's why I love this so much. Okay, so now I'm going to take the shade Arcane. This gorgeous, it's like a pink with a really bright baby blue shift to it. These are very softly pressed now. This is like the opposite, very softly pressed, so just be careful with them. And I'm taking this on a little old Charles Fox brush that I have. It's a little lip brush, but any small brush will do. And this is going to be my inner corner highlight, and the blue on this will really tie in with the blue shift on the lid and the blue in the crease. Yeah, I'm in love. I am in love. The blue is a little bit hard to kind of blend, but I think it's the brush I was using, and also the fact that it's such a strong blue, so it could just be that. I will use the blue again in the future anyway, but for now I'm going to jump off. I'm going to do my other inner corner because I haven't done it yet. I've only done one, and I'm going to finish off the eyes, do my lip, do a nice highlight. I think I might need to change the highlight I've picked, maybe, and do a lip. I already know what kind of lip I want to do, so I'm going to do all that and I'll come back and let you know what I use on the rest of my face. Okay guys, so this is our finished look. I'm in love with this. This is like the kind of smoky eye I like to wear. I love this kind of look. I will definitely wear this out now that I know I can do that with this palette. It'll definitely be one that I go to. I'm going to show you everything that I used on my face though. So to finish off the eyes, nothing too fussy with the eyes. They were beautiful as they were. So all I done was went in with my NYX Epic Wear liner stick in the shade Graphic Purple, which is more of a cool tone purple. And I thought would go nice with the shifts that's kind of going on the lid. Just pop that on my waterline. You could go darker, but I kind of wanted a little pop of colour there. Then for my mascara, I went in with my Zoeva Infinite Potential Volume Full Volume Mascara. No, Infinite Potential Mascara Full Volume Mascara. That's the one. And yeah, I actually really like it. The brush is massive, so I did get a little bit on my nose and like in here, but you get a really nice lash out of it, so it's worth it. And then for lashes, I went in with my BH Cosmetics D305. That's the box, it's empty. But that's what I used as my lashes. They're super like flared, really dense. They're not super long, but they give a really nice bit of drama to the eye. For cheeks, I went in with my Laritzy contour shade stick, whatever it's called, in Aloha, just to bronze up my face a little bit. And then for blush, since doing my declutter, something I haven't used in a very long time, this is my matte cream colour base in the shade Madly Magenta, just a super bright purple, and I pop that all over my cheeks just to give me a nice bit of colour, but also that kind of purpley tone to go with the eyes. And then for highlight, I was very excited that this is actually went with this look. The other one I had was one of the Unearthly Cosmetics highlighters, the purpley kind of one. I can't remember what it's called now. It's not Twilight. One of the other ones that I can't, Spectre maybe, could be Spectre, I'm not sure. But it was too pinky purple, where I wanted something more bluey purple to go with the eyes. So I went in with my Glamlite Friday the 13th highlighter. Where is he? Where is he? There he is. There's Jason. And it just has this really soft like blue shift, but it's quite cool toned and has a little hint of a purple to it, especially over top of that blush that I have on. And just not intentional. This was not intentional, but there he is there on my t-shirt. And then for lips, another super simple product, kind of a step 1, step 2 kind of product. This is the NYX Shine Loud Lip Gloss Lip Stain. It's in the shade Fierce Flirt. So on one side you've got this, which is like a liquid lip stain. You have to let it dry completely, so put it on and it kind of have to like lateral, and then you put the clear gloss on top, and the clear gloss, it doesn't come out once it's completely dry. Put this on top and then the color stays, and you just top your gloss up every now and again. But it's beautiful. The gloss is really silky. I don't think I've ever worn it on camera, but I've worn it like once or twice outside of it. It's stunning, and I'm actually going shopping tomorrow to spend some gift cards that I have, and I may pick up another couple of these. Okay, that is it. That is our first impressions using the gorgeous Sorcerer palette from Fantasy Cosmetica. And the packaging really just tells you exactly what you're getting on the inside, which I adore. I love the deep purple. I love the bright blue. I love the kind of pinky shades. I'm very excited about them. The shade I'm most excited for though, because I have a look in mind for it, is this one, the shade Polymorph. It's like this beautiful seafoam green with this pinky blue shift. I can't wait for that. It's super creamy and very soft, but I cannot wait for that shade. The look I have planned, I'm so excited for with that one. But that will be in my 2 looks on palette, so you'll have to subscribe and then stay tuned for that one. So I want to know down in the comments below, what do you think of this look? Do you have this palette, and what do you think of this palette? I think it's stunning. I really enjoy Fantasy Cosmetica. I'm very interested in the Wizard palette. It's definitely on my wish list. I think that might be the next one that I go for. I just love the idea of those like deep blues with those like yellowy kind of shades. I think that's stunning. So I think that might be my next one. And if there's any other ones you think I would like, let me know in the comments down below and I'll add them to my wish list. I already have the Druid palette, by the way, so you don't need to mention that. I've already got that one. I've already got videos on that if you want to go check them out. If you did like this video, give me a big thumbs up down below. It's the quickest, simplest and easiest way to give me a little bit of support to get me around from people, and also let me know that you like the video, and I will continue to do many more. And don't forget to subscribe down below to see many more videos coming up. We have got declutters, we have got more first impressions, we have got 2 looks on palettes, we've got more chatty videos about palettes, we've got build your own palettes happening. It's all going on. So hit subscribe down below to see it all down there. And as I said in the beginning, my Instagram is linked down below. I post all the up close eye pictures and full face pictures of all of my looks, and my TikTok is down there for a little bit of extra content if you want to go give both of those a follow. And I think that's everything for me, guys. I will see you in the next video.